Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today we have a new launch from Ex Nihilo. This is one of my favorite fragrance brands and this is Iris Porcelana. And I was so excited about this launch because I am a fan of Iris scents. So if you are a fellow iris scent lover or just want to learn a little bit more about this launch from Ex Nihilo, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so this brand new scent just launched from Ex Nihilo, and this is Iris Porcelana, and this is described as a contemporary take on the iris flower, that it is supposed to wear more second skin, and it's supposed to have an addictive quality to it. And yes, I find it lives up to all of those claims. Now, if you're not familiar with iris scents, they tend to be a bit more subtle, a little powdery and pillowy, unlike headier florals such as gardenia and rose and tuberose. So those are going to be your headier florals, whereas iris is much more subtle. I might even say even a bit more sophisticated because it's not really in your face. So the note of iris in here smells a bit earthier, slightly powdery, and I would also say slightly sweet. This is not a sweet scent by any means, but there is sort of an innocence or a sweetness about this overall fragrance that just is very addictive. So this fragrance is going to be for those of you that like soft, delicate, sophisticated, slightly pillowy and powdery scents. This also has a very clean feeling to it that I really appreciate. I've already sprayed it on myself, but I just sprayed it on a little tester here. And the first thing that I thought about when I smelled this is that this is very likable. I can see a lot of people really liking this very soft, delicate, almost a bit fresh, slightly powdery, but this is not a powder bomb. So I do want to emphasize that. There is a creamy sandalwood base in this fragrance that sort of tones down the powder, and there's a beautiful violet note that shines through in this perfume. So besides being an iris based scent, there is the note of violet. Okay, let me share the olfactory notes with you, and the top is going to open with this beautiful violet leaf. Then in the heart, you're going to have iris as well as rose. And honestly, I didn't smell a lot of the rose in this scent. I definitely smelled the iris as well as the violet. So this has a soft rose. I would not say this is a rose dominant scent. And then in the base, you've got creamy sandalwood, soft musks, and cedarwood. So there is a bit of woodiness in here. Definitely dries down much more creamy on the skin. And then of course those musks are going to give you that comfort. So this is very much like second skin comfort. Come fresh out of the shower, spritz this on, and you are going to feel like you have just a little layer of powder on your body. It is not a powder bomb. This is gentle and delicate and sophisticated, but I've been wearing this the last couple days, and I find this with many Ex Nihilo scents is that as it dries down on the skin and warms up, I will have almost like a second wave that the scent really shines through. And I would say more around the 6 or 7 hour of wearing this, where you know how the scents just kind of naturally dissipate throughout the day. There's always a second wave, I feel like, with Ex Nihilo scents, where I will get another burst, almost as if I had just sprayed the fragrance out later in the day. It may just be me and my chemistry and my age, who knows, maybe it's my hormones playing around with me, but this one is not so second skin or so delicate that you're not going to be able to smell it. This is what would be considered a soft floral. It is not in your face. It is not heady whatsoever. This is going to be more for you to enjoy. I do think you would get a lot of compliments wearing this fragrance because it is very likable. It smells a bit fresh, it's very smooth, it's very comforting. So when you're wearing a fragrance like this, it kind of becomes one with you. And I feel like then it just sort of smells like you. Like if someone was to hug you, they would be like, oh, you smell so good. But they wouldn't necessarily be like, oh my gosh, what perfume are you wearing? They're just going to think of you as an overall person as smelling good, if that makes sense at all. There are definitely perfumes that I wear that I know are going to be head turners, and people will ask me what I'm wearing, where this really is going to be a fragrance that will mesh with you, and you're going to just smell like really nice, clean, like you've taken a shower, you're put together, and you just smell like a really nice person. This is more of a modern scent. This is not going to smell like a grandma or anything like that. This is just a very soft, gentle, pillowy scent. It's going to be perfect for those of you that don't like strong scents, and it will also be for those of you like myself who love fragrance. There's definitely days where I want something a bit more softer, a little bit closer to the skin, something that I can enjoy that's going to make me feel really comforted, clean, like I feel like I smell pretty, slightly feminine, very comforted, but it is just not going to be over the top. Now, I did have my husband smell this, and he gave this one a thumbs up. He's always going to like things that are a bit more fresh and clean, and he does not love powder bombs, so he doesn't appreciate those kind of perfumes. And this is what I'm saying. This is not a powder bomb. It is slightly powdery, so it's going to give you comfort, but it isn't going to be suffocating or choking or anything like that. To me, this is a very subtle, sophisticated purple floral scent, and the beautiful iris and violet really shine through in this scent, which I think makes it very special. Now, if you are somebody who loves powdery scents, or you want to amp up the powder in this scent, then I would recommend layering it with the Ex Nihilo. This is Exalt, and this is one of their fragrance mists. And I mentioned this the other day when I was talking about my favorite fragrance mists and layering fragrance mists. This is described as a mist of pure bliss, and I completely agree with this. This just makes me feel clean. It's slightly powdery. This is a very subtle combination of white tea, rice powder, so it's got a little bit of this very addictive powdery nature to it. It's got soft musks and orange blossom. So this is just going to feel very pure and clean. I love to spray this on after I get out of the shower. It just starts the day off so well. But if you wanted to amp up the powderiness of this fragrance, I would layer these two together. Okay, quick little puppy break because she came in to say hello, and I think that she likes this scent as well. If you're new to my channel, this is Satchmo. She often makes a ruckus in the background, but she is also very soft and pillowy herself. So combining the Iris Porcelana with the Exalt is going to reinforce the musky notes and make this feel a bit more cottony and slightly more powdery. So just if you want to amp up the musk in here as well as the powder, layering this Exalt is going to do just that. But to be honest, I love this fragrance just on its own, and this is a nice departure from a lot of my other more dense and heavy fragrances that I tend to gravitate towards. So I do tend to gravitate towards those warm, rich, dense, vanilla-based scents. This one is going to be a bit more fresh, soft, pillowy. This is very subtle, but it's also very sophisticated. So I just wanted to pop on today, give you a little heads up about this new launch from Ex Nihilo. And of course, I always love to hear, is this something that interests you? What's your favorite Ex Nihilo scent or your favorite iris scent? So thank you for watching. I hope everybody is smelling amazing and having a great day.